I'm Joshua, and this is Robert. Robert, a robotic vacuum cleaner. He's a Roomba. What is cool about Roombas is that they have a serial port on them, for which you can give them serial instructions. That means one after the other. If you get a brand new Roomba from the store, you won't be able to see the serial port because it's underneath a protective cover that you have to pop off and feel like you're breaking it, but you're not, unless you do. But you don't, and then you're good. Now, to be able to control this thing, you need two other pieces of hardware. You need this thing. It's called the Firefly. It is a Bluetooth module connected to the serial port. It's not exactly serial. The protocol is serial, and the wires are serial, but the voltages are TTL, so it's a bit confusing. But not if you just buy the piece. It's about $100. And it plugs into the Roomba. To be able to communicate to the Firefly from your computer, you need to have a Bluetooth adapter, some way to speak Bluetooth on your computer. So I have this thing. It's called Bluetooth, apparently. It's generic. Well, fits into your USB port. And then I right-click on it and say refresh services. It sees the Firefly, tells that it has it supports the serial Bluetooth protocol, and I connect to it. Now my computer currently believes it has a serial cable connected to the Roomba. Now I opened up a serial program called Realtime. Can't exactly remember where I found it. I think I found a link to it on the internet, but the link didn't work, but I found it in the Wayback Machine, which is the Internet Archive. But I got it anyways. It is the iRobot Roomba 500 Open Interface Specifications PDF. I guess I could email it to you if you need it. In this PDF is the documentation of all the different serial commands you can send to the Roomba. They're commands that are most interesting to us. I have listed to myself in a notepad so I can remember where they are. I will go ahead and tell the Firefly to connect to the Roomba at the baud rate that the Roomba supports, which is 115K. I am using Realterm instead of Hyperterminal because Hyperterminal thinks it will try to outsmart you and figure out the real-time or software control and guesses incorrectly no matter what you tell it. So we use Realterm because it's a pretty cool program and it works pretty well. Alright, so with my Bluetooth connection, I have it configured to open up as serial port 5 on my computer. So I open it up with Realterm, and now I have a serial connection. I'm not talking to the Roomba yet. I'm talking to the Firefly. The Firefly itself has a serial command prompt on it, which I then can tell it what frequency to talk to the Roomba. So here's Realterm. I will open it on port 5 because the Bluetooth comes in and pretends it's serial port number 5. So here we go. I'll open it. Now my computer is connected to the Firefly. We are not yet talking to the Roomba because the Firefly itself, the little dongle, has a command prompt of its own. So I will get its attention by sending it a $$. It says, command. Like, okay, I will command you. Now the command to connect to it will be U115K, N. That tells it to connect to the Roomba with 115K with no parity. Now I'll get a hold of the Roomba's attention now that I'm communicating with it with a --. I will now send it the full control command. We should know if it works if the light goes out. Yep, the light went out. That means it is completely under our command. There's actually two modes which we can control it. Safe mode and full control mode. Safe mode, we can tell it all the different commands, but if it detects a cliff, or if its wheels pop out, or if it bumps into something, it'll say, we'll take over here, and it drops out of safe mode into normal mode so that you don't hurt it. If you are perfectly fine with accepting responsibility for driving off a cliff, then you can put it in full control mode, and Roomba will not take over if you do something stupid, which is depends on what you define as stupid. You might intend to drop it off a cliff. I have here listed several commands that are interesting. I believe I want to turn the side brush on my Roomba. So that's command 138 with the argument of 1. So I'll send that to the Roomba. And the side brush has turned on. Now I'll send the same command with argument of 0. And the side brush turns off. I can also control the lights on top of the Roomba. Turn on lights. Hey, lights turn on. I can even tell the Roomba to play a song. First I define it with the command 140, followed by the notes and their durations, and then I tell it to start by the command 141 and specifying which song I wish to play, which I defined as song number 1. Wasn't long enough to hold the whole song, so I'll put the second song as defined as song number 2. This is a hacking Roomba book that Jessica bought me for my birthday. Thank you, Jessica. It's pretty cool. In it, they talk about how to solder your own cables together. One of the things that this book provides you with is a link to their website where you can download a Java API for which you can control your Roomba with. And they have several projects in here that you can make your Roomba do, such as turning your Roomba into a musical instrument you play with your keyboard, turning your Roomba into a printer by taping a marker to it and having it do vector-based graphics. Using the Java API that is provided on the Hacking Roomba website, I made a program based off of one of their programs, which I used the mouse to control the Roomba's movement. We will now use this program to make the Roomba say hello to Hannah. Hello, Hannah.
Pushes it away.
It worked. Hannah's like, what's this thing coming over to say hi to me? It usually vacuums the floor. And to prove that this doesn't actually destroy the Roomba, we will do a demonstration sweeping. We'll unplug the Bluetooth module. Pop! And now we will press the clean button. And Roomba's a normal vacuum cleaner again. Thank you.